Alright, hey fifth graders. First YouTube lesson for you guys. Second one for me, sixth grade were the first one. Uh, so why we're doing this or why I'm doing this is just so if you have questions on how to do something, and I know with your assignment it'll be more of what you've done in the past, and they'll throw in like this lesson like 2 or 3 questions in your assignment. So I just wanted to make sure we covered this lesson, and so you guys could see how to properly do that. Now, it's not necessary that you need to watch this to get your lesson done, but on those questions, hopefully this lesson will help you with those few questions that will be on your assignment. Alright, so lesson 59 is subtracting a fraction from 1. Alright, and this should be a review. Alright, now questions up here on the board. How many thirds does it take to make a whole? How many fourths does it make to make a whole? And how many fifths does it take to make a whole? Well, when you think about it, say we have a whole pie, and we divide it into thirds. Well, that's not how you divide into thirds. Alright, so we have a pie with thirds. Okay? Remember, numerator, denominator. Numerator, denominator, since there's 3 total pieces, and say Gabri ate all 3 pieces. How many pieces did she eat? Alright, she ate all 3 pieces. She ate all of it. Okay? When a number, the numerator and denominator, are the same, that equals 1 whole. Okay, just remember that. Same thing with fourths. It'd be 4 fourths equal a whole, and 5 fifths equal a whole. Okay? So the numerator and denominator are the same. Whenever the numerator and denominator of a fraction are equal, but not 0, the fraction is equal to 1, which we just covered. Okay, so it could be 100 over 100, and that equals 1. Okay? Example 1. Write a fraction equal to 1 that has a denominator of 4. So if we have denominator 4 and we want it to equal 1 whole, it has to be the same as the denominator. Numerator has to be the same as the denominator. So that would equal 1. Alright? Example 2. For Saturday night snack, Bailey and her friends cooked 2 identical pizzas. Bailey ate 1/4 of one pizza, and her friends ate 3/4 of the other pizza. What amount of pizza was eaten? Alright, so Bailey ate 1/4, and her friends ate 3/4. I don't know how many friends she had, but hopefully she had 3 friends with her. Alright, so then we add them. Since the denominators are the same, it stays the same. You don't have to find a common denominator, and then we just add across. And 1 plus 3 equals 4, which 4 over 4 we should know equals 1 whole pizza. Okay? And don't forget your labels. Okay? Example 3. Compare. Alright, so now we have 4 and 3 over 3, and then we need to compare it to 5. Well, we should know once we see a fraction that has the same numerator and denominator that is equal to 1. So then we would have 4, and then that fraction equals 1. So we add it together, we would get 5. And then if we have 5 on the other side, the 2 numbers would be equal. Example 4. One morning during summer vacation, Mason spent 1 1/2 hours cleaning out the garage. So we have 1 1/2 hours Mason spent. And his sister Alyssa spent 1 1/2 hours doing yard work. So Alyssa did 1 1/2 hours. How many hours did Mason and Alyssa work that morning all together? Okay, so then for that, what operation we would use, addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division, we would add, because it wants to know all together how many hours they spent doing the work. Alright? So first, when we're adding mixed numbers, we add together the fractions first. Well, since they have the same denominator, we keep it, it stays the same. Denominators do not change. We don't add 2 plus 2. We don't do that. Since they're already the same, we keep them the same. Then we add the numerators. 1 plus 1, which is 2. Well, now looking at that fraction, it's 2 over 2. So then that would equal 1 whole. So we would put that to the side. 1 plus 1, we'll do the whole numbers, is 2. So we would have 2 plus 1, which equals 3 hours. Okay? So that would be, that's how much time they spent on their work that morning. And then to subtract a fraction from 1, we rewrite 1 as a fraction. Okay, and that's key. That's probably maybe the new part to this lesson that you've never dealt with before. Okay, so Jessie baked a blueberry pie. After dinner, she and her family ate 1/3 of the pie for dessert. What fraction of the pie was not eaten? Okay, well, first of all, how much of a pie do they have? They have 1 whole pie. Okay, her family ate 1/3 of it. Okay, so then that's how much they lost. They lost 1/3 of the pie. So we would subtract. Now you can't go 1 minus 1/3. Okay, you have to change this whole number. You have to borrow, and you have to change it into a fraction. Now I picked 3 over 3 because the denominator in the fraction we're dealing with is 3. You don't want to go 4 over 4. Yes, it equals 1, but then you have to change the denominators to subtract, and you don't want to make more work for yourself than what you need. So then you would just change this to 3 over 3, and then you can subtract. So then you can go 3 minus 1, which is 2. That would be your numerator, and the denominator does not change. So it would be 2/3 of the pie not eaten. Okay? That's the end of this lesson. Okay, now this is probably the most important part right here. Just remember, okay, if you have to borrow from a whole number, cross it off, and then the fraction change the fraction to make it 1 whole as the denominator that with the fraction you're dealing with. Okay, make sure you subscribe to this video so you guys don't have to always go back to and search for this channel. Hope it helps you a lot in your assignment, and miss you guys a lot. I hope this whole thing blows over, and hopefully in a couple weeks I'll get to see you. Thanks for watching, guys.